Going live.
Rotate your phone.
Hello everyone. Tonight I am with the lovely Katrina Valente. We are going to talk about beauty, that it is more than skin deep, and how it is connected to your inner awareness and finding balance and harmony. Katrina has graduated from the Burley Academy of Beauty in Cambridgeshire in England. She established a very successful beauty business, and she was quite busy twirling the world and qualified in other beauty therapies. Her interaction with her clients led her to the belief that there was more to beauty. So she went on a journey of her own to uncover the real source of outer beauty. Her interaction with clients, well, it's really more her journey. I'm really impressed with her long journey and rich journey, because she also did NLP, she's certified in reflexology, aromatherapy, Reiki, pranic healing, color healing, crystal therapy, kinesiology, hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, and coaching to excellence. She was looking for what is it that makes us beautiful human being, whether you're a man or a woman. And she found her answer, and her answer is inner peace. So she developed her own unique, fully integrative, holistic approach to beauty, wellness, fitness, nutrition, while also combating the anti-aging process. Katrina Valente, welcome.
Thank you, Sahar.
We are so much in sync that we're both in blue, and apparently you never wear blue.
I never wear this colour, and I just had to laugh.
So tell us, how does the skin reflect whether someone is at peace with themselves or not?
I wouldn't say it's just one thing. I mean, the skin is a map of your internal organs. And so, you know, if people have certain problems on their skin, you can always relate it to what's going on internally. But more so, I think when you look at healers, you look at people that practice yoga and all of that kind of thing, they shine. They just shine.
That's
from
very
the
true.
outside. It's an inner thing. It's not
like an
a
inner
physical
glow, or
yeah.
It's a reflection maybe of what level your energy vibe or your vibration is at.
Definitely.
So what can you tell when you do somebody's face? Like if somebody comes to you, how do they know whether they need coaching, color therapy?
Well, within a treatment, I look at the whole mind, body, spirit of a person. So I work with color therapy, where you work environment.
Yes.
And
sorry, I've got to, please let us know where you're watching from. And if you've just joined us, we are with the lovely Katrina Valente, holistic, I'm going to say healer, really.
I mean, obviously beauty has been my main thing, but I've always, because I qualified in all these other healing modalities, I thought, well, how can I incorporate all these other healing modalities into one treatment?
Yes.
So that's how I came up with the color therapy, crystal healing, and then reflex. You end up getting an experience that's not just one-dimensional.
Interesting. But you know, you are really godsend. When I came to Dubai, I met Katrina through a mutual friend, Zakia, who, if I may mention, has started her own business, especially for women 40-something, 50-something, called Quantum Girls. And Katrina, but really with the oils, and I still call it rainbow massage, but it's not rainbow massage.
Raindrop.
And the reason that I call it rainbow massage is because when Katrina did it, I'm fortunate enough to be able to see energies and auras. And I saw my whole energy just came together like a rainbow, totally cleansed. So you know your oils, you know your colors. And of course, if everybody has watched the DMK facial that she gave me, the thing about you is you also use no chemicals, you use botanicals, natural stuff. Tell us why that is important. And you always seem to be detoxing.
Well, I mean, I do use clinical products, but they're of very high grade. But I predominantly work with organic and botanicals. I think the way the world's going, people want more natural. And, you know,
hi Leslie, hi Sylvia.
The natural products are actually very active. They've got lots of peptides in them, stem cells from vegetables and plants. So really, you know, people want to be more chemical free now, and you know, the word paraben is an ugly word within the skincare.
I totally left parabens.
Yeah.
I left sulfur, shampoos with sulfur. Another thing is aluminium in deodorants.
Yeah.
So actually, in terms of looking after yourself, in terms of holistic wellness, you know, viewers can start doing those things where you cut down
Yes, for
on
sure.
the dependence on chemicals.
Definitely, yeah. So so I use all my oils are organic, very pure, and
you feel the difference.
yes, you do, definitely.
You know, I really feel the difference.
Instantly as well.
And the feeling or the sense of well-being when you're done is completely different when you use high-grade oils that are organic with no chemicals.
Yes. And they smell very pure. When I started working with Altera Bio Colour Therapy, it must be 10 years ago now, I've actually never went back to using perfumes because they just smell so chemical.
They do, and they smell so synthetic.
Yeah.
And that is true. So detox, fitness, how can we find inner peace?
By
Isn't that the
working
million-dollar
on
question?
yourself. Inner peace comes from understanding yourself on a much deeper level, delving in. Meditation is very important.
How often do you meditate?
Every day.
Really? For how long?
It depends. It could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be, you know, 2 or 3 times a day, it depends.
What does it do to you?
It helps you come back into the now moment, and when we're in the now moment, we always have whatever we need. So it's thinking about the past, worrying about the future that brings us all the anxiety. But when we're in the now, right here, right now, we have everything we need, don't we?
That's true.
Yeah. So that's what meditation
and
does for you.
I think when you're not in the now, you're either regretting the past or you're worrying about the future. And this is when you stress.
Yeah.
This is when it shows not only on your face, but it can show in your energy. If you keep worrying and stressing and not being in the now, you will develop diseases or blockages or, you know, illnesses.
No, I believe that every illness, dis-ease, if you split the word,
Yes.
it
all
starts from an
disease,
starts from an emotional set point, and I really don't believe that there is any such thing as an incurable disease. I think everything can be cured through diet, through emotional therapy, through positive thinking, and I really, truly, 1000% believe that.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Although I do think karma steps in, and sometimes, you know, severe illnesses, that person was meant to go through that experience, and sometimes that's how they were led, you know, how their life ends.
Yeah.
So that's something different, but I think everything can be cured.
I think from experience, you know, dramatic diseases and deaths, to me, seem to be the soul's way. It's like an exit strategy. It helps the family to cope and to adjust.
Yeah.
But for the person, I mean, the minute you cross over, and we're talking about bridges of light, you are in the light, you are in a perfect vibration, and this is almost like a dream. We are in the hologram, aren't we?
Yeah, we're living in the Matrix. This is a video game, and we're all players, and we all have our part to play. All your family, your friends, each one has a job and a role in your life to teach you what it is you need to learn. That's it.
Bravo. Is this how you coach your clients? To help them find or make a shift in the way they see their lives.
Yeah, I mean, it's through my own experience. You have to take responsibility. When you point one finger, 3 point back at you. So, you know, beauty was always my forte. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a beauty therapist. I had older cousins that would always make me up and paint my nails and do my hair. But if you look at my astrology chart, it was what I was born to do.
I guess there is something about beauty, being interested in beauty, is that you see it. It's physical. The change is instant. It's quite tactical. It's a visible outcome to an experience.
So I make people feel good. You know, I'm not like the tax man.
No.
You dread. So I have a great job because people look forward to coming to see me because I make them feel better.
You know what I do with some of my clients? I do it myself. If you've gone through a very difficult time, I would either cut my hair, change the color, or cut my nails. I don't know why, but it does something, it works. And I think when you look in the mirror, you're reaffirming to yourself who you are or what you look like.
Yes.
And if you start from that place of liking what you see in the mirror, you'll start on a good vibe, you'll like everyone, you'll get on with them, but if you feel miserable on the inside, you're only going to reflect that on the outside. And this is why, this is why I think it's not very frivolous, and beauty is not just skin deep. If you're watching us, we are live on Bridges of Light, Soul Talk with Sahar, and tonight's guest is the lovely Katrina Valente. Katrina is an international beauty therapist. You've been all over the world, haven't you?
I have.
So she's constantly in demand by spas. If you're ever, wherever she is, or if you're ever in Dubai, make sure that you get the touch of Katrina. There is something very soothing, very healing about you. I mean, I don't like normally people to do healing on me or to give me healing or to do a massage, because when two people work together, the therapist and the client, the two fields become one, the two energy fields become one.
Yes, definitely.
And you're channeling that to them. And I take my work seriously in the sense that if I'm not okay, if I'm off center, I wouldn't see a client. And perhaps in your job, it's possibly more important because you're physically in touch with them and you're giving them those energies.
If I'm not feeling right, I won't treat a person, because you do transfer that energy, and people have to be more aware about that. Energy is a real thing, and when you're touching people, I always teach the therapists that I work with, when you're constantly doing one massage after the other, you're absorbing their energy, so you have to cleanse yourself.
How do you cleanse, Katrina?
Well, I use my own homemade salt mix.
Oh, I love that.
I work, Himalayan salt is of the highest vibration, the pink one. And then I'll use organic essential oils. I mix them. A little crystal.
Yeah. Because you gave me one to try, and it's absolutely amazing, actually.
Yeah, thank you. And then organic coconut oil. So it doesn't only take away all the negative energy from your auric field, it also leaves your skin lovely and smooth, the oil softens, and the essential oils work on the emotions. So this is how I do it. I also use bicarbonate of soda in the bath, which gets rid of negative energy.
It does.
And Epsom salts detoxifies. So they're a little bit different.
Okay, so tell us again. The Epsom salt.
Epsom salts detoxifies, and it's got magnesium in it, so it's very good if you've got swelling or bloating or fatigue. It really helps you if you're tired. It helps you go to sleep.
Oh wow!
And then the bicarbonate of soda only gets rid of negative energy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to mix the both together.
No, you do one or the other.
Oh really? Because I usually mix them together.
No, you don't, because because they two have separate jobs, and then you can also use Himalayan salt in the bath, and that's full of minerals, so that's your third choice, but you don't mix any of them.
Really?
No.
So it's not a good idea. Do you hear that, everyone? I really did not know. I used to mix them.
And you can put essential oils. You can put essential oils in, but no, you don't mix any of the three. You do them separately. It's more
okay. We're kind of a little bit, a weird setup here because we're trying to record one video in horizontal and we're recording this one in vertical.
Instagram.
So yeah, sometimes we have to squeeze. Right. So how I wanted to say how many do you see mostly men, women? Do men have problems?
No, it's obviously universally it's women. In all these retreats and these healing workshops, it's always women.
What kind of problems do men have? Like when what do you pick up? Because they stress quite a lot.
Yeah, men.
They would stress about the finances, the jobs.
Yeah, with men it's always finances and jobs. But I just recently treated a man that was going through a divorce, so he needed help with that.
So it was an emotional upheaval.
Emotional. But men tend to hide their emotions, as we all know. They're very practical. They don't like to talk about their emotions. But I think the new age man is getting a little bit more touch
sensitive.
with his
do you think?
Side.
I don't know about the new age man. I think men are always aware, but maybe they're not as embarrassed to say, I'm getting a massage or I'm getting a treatment, or I often see them walking into a spa or something.
No, nowadays, I mean, the men's spas are fully booked. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is crazy.
Tell us about your cleansing salt. Are you selling that on your website?
I am. It's on my website, yeah.
Please tell everybody what your website is.
My website is www.katrinavalente.com. And then we're also on YouTube.
Yes, absolutely. Please subscribe. Subscribe to Bridges of Light. Subscribe to the Facebook group so you can watch us. And give us a comment or a like. And if you've got any questions about anything concerning emotional upheaval, emotional balance, beauty treatments, send us a message, please. We'd love to hear from you. What was the hardest case that you worked on?
Oh, what was the hardest case that I worked on? It's usually people that won't take responsibility for themselves and they sit and want to blame someone else for what's happening in their life.
It's hard to admit that you haven't done the right thing, or that you've participated in the experience.
And then there's some people where very early on you just know you're not going to be able to help them because they just don't want to see what's really...
So how do you handle that, Katrina? I'm just going to switch this light on. I think
how do I handle that? I'm a bit blunt, I'm not much of a mamby-pamby type of person. I cut straight to the chase and tell them exactly.
Because if you're not going to work on yourself, if you're not going to do what you need to do in order to move on,
I mean, there was one client I had, and she had said that she wanted to come and work on her finances because she didn't really care about money. She wasn't very good with money. And then she did to me exactly what she wanted to work on, and I called her out on it, and she didn't like it at all.
Really?
But I'm not, and she said, oh, that was a bit harsh, you're supposed to be a healer. I said, but I'm not here to colour your life. I'm here to give you the truth.
And I think there is something about when you allow the person to whinge for long without holding themselves accountable, then nothing is going to change. They're just wasting your time, their money, and they're not really healing themselves.
I try and get people to commit to me. One session is neither here nor there. You need to have at least 4 sessions, generally speaking.
Yeah, I agree. 3 to 4, you can really change or make a shift in a person. Tell me about the meditation. I mean, you've attended my meditation classes. I've attended your meditation classes. We work in a different way. I love your meditation classes. I can't remember if it was a full moon or a new moon, because you do them on full moons and new moons.
Yeah.
And you asked us to make a list. It was the moon in March, and it was supposed to augur a lot of changes and transformation. And you've asked us to write down, what do we want to get rid of and what do we want to materialize? And I wrote down 19 things. 2 days ago, I found that piece of paper, and 14 out of 19 of my cleansing list have come to fruition. Have come to be really real. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased.
Good.
I can't remember if it was a full moon. Does anyone know 6th of March, full moon or new moon? So I would definitely like to attend your... What do you do in your meditation classes?
I do a lot of things because I have a lot of modalities, so I like to use as much as I can. I do the colour test for everybody, so it lets us
Tell us a bit about the colour test.
So I forgot to bring it with me. I could have done a test live, but never mind. It's 14 colours that relate to the chakras of the body, which are your energy portals that run down the centre line. Each colour has a meaning, a thought form and an organ attached to it. And then you get...
Wait a minute, you kind of brushed over something which is very important. So each colour has an organ, a chakra,
emotion,
a colour, an emotion.
A colour.
So can you give us like an example? Like what can you pick up?
So indigo, for instance, that Sahar and I are both wearing today is the third eye. And the third eye is about clarity of mind, intuition, vision, going within. So it's interesting that both of us, and it means when you wear the same colour as someone else that you're on the same vibration as them.
Yes.
There's resonance with the two of you. So by choosing 4 colours, the first colour tells me what you want to connect to. The second colour is your block. The third colour is the support to open the block, and the fourth colour is where you want to be in the not so distant future.
So you unblock the block by using a certain colour?
Yeah, and you inhale the perfume.
Oh,
So
you
we
inhale
have
the perfume.
perfumes and oils. So you inhale the perfume. So the perfume gets into the biochemical rhythm.
What a
of the
beautiful way to
brain.
work with healing.
Yeah.
So you have colors, scents, you get a massage, you get a reflexology, but really you're doing your healing in a very fun way.
Yeah. So people are always blown away by that because it works totally on the subconscious
Nice.
mind. And the subconscious knows everything you need at any given moment.
And
so
you're not being attacked, you're not being judged, and
No,
it's not
because
like...
what I tell you, it's like I'm reading your mind. So people are like, wow, that's true. I'm like, I know. So from there, I get you to choose some angel cards that gives you a message for yourself and for the group, because when you do things in a group, it pertains to everybody.
I remember
in the
that
group.
everybody's messages kind of made sense.
Yeah.
So even there's resonance even amongst the people who attend the meditation class.
And that whoever's meant to be together will be there. And if people cancel at last minute, it means they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, that doesn't
at
upset
that
me
night.
at all.
No,
at
no.
all.
So, and then I tell you a bit about the energies that are going on for the new moon or the full moon. Then we do a guided meditation that I usually just channel. And then we choose a card after it, and I get you to write down everything that you want to let go of, everything you want to
Is there a
manifest.
difference between new moons and full moons, energetically, I mean?
There is. I always get this mixed up. The
Because
new
you build up
moon-
with the new moon.
Yeah, the new moon I think is about letting go, and then the new
No,
moon.
the waning moon is about letting go. So
Which
the
is
new
the
moon
full
you're
moon.
building up.
I always get it mixed up.
So it's new moon, waning moon, full moon, and then waxing moon.
One of them you're letting go, the other one you're
After the
manifesting.
full moon,
what
I
you
know
want.
that. After the full moon, you let go because the
Whatever.
moon is getting smaller, so the energies are to do with decrease. So it's not
That's
a good
right.
it's not a good idea like to cut your hair. I always do it between new moon and full moon.
Yeah.
If you want to start a project, you start it with the
New
new
moon,
moon, between
yeah.
the new moon and the full moon.
And detoxification, never do it towards a full moon.
Oh, really?
You always do it
Because
after.
you're getting rid, you're letting go.
Yes.
So then we must have had a full moon because we were letting go
Okay.
of all the stuff.
Yeah, I always get it right on the night, but when people
Yeah,
ask
I know
me, I
because
get it.
you're tuning in.
I'm
yeah.
a bit left and right. I'm a bit dyslexic.
Just think of it, no, not at all. Just think of it as, the moon is building up to a full moon, so the energy is building up.
Yeah.
Because quite a lot of people, even my family, like my aunt, my mother, when it's full moon, they don't have a restful sleep. There's too much energy.
Yeah,
even
there's too much.
Gaetano,
And it
him
affects
and I were talking
women
about this
a
and
lot. Yeah, it
the moon.
affects women a lot.
Yeah, I think it affects men as well, but maybe they don't talk about it. Why do you think it accepts?
Well,
Because it's a
the
feminine
moon is,
energy,
It is a
isn't it?
feminine
Yeah.
energy, the moon.
Yeah. So,
And women usually have their cycle around the full moon and all of that kind of stuff.
so tips, any secrets that you can share with our viewers?
Tips. Well, for skincare, for beauty, top 3, wear sunblock, drink lots of water, and use good skincare products.
Yes.
Food is also of paramount importance.
Well, we are what we eat.
Totally. 100%.
I mean, if you change your diet, you get rid of the toxins, you go for organics. It even uplifts the energy,
Yes.
Like now, I still love my meat every now and then, but when I do, I literally need 3 days to digest it.
Yeah.
You know?
Your body gets
So maybe it used to be once a week, once a month, and then finally it was like once maybe every 3 months. But when I do, it is always organic, grass-fed, no hormones.
Yeah.
It really does make a difference over a period of time. It's not just about the skin, but it's about staying healthy, and it's about looking after your physical body so that you can accomplish what you're meant to accomplish in this lifetime, because you can't accomplish anything without a physical body.
No, I mean, I always say I'm an anti-aging expert. Beauty, if you want to say about beauty, it's not one thing, it's an accumulation of many things. Good products, diet, food, exercise, mental health, yoga,
You have
meditation.
a very nice quote on your website that says, "I'm passionate about facials and anti-aging and consider the whole person, not just part of them. The skin holds the key. to a lot of underlying emotions deep within the psyche. And that's why beauty is beyond skin deep. Do you feel that when you work on a client? Do you feel that they went through, I mean, do you know what kind of upheaval, or do you have a sense?
Yeah,
you know?
I'm very intuitive, yeah.
So if you're giving a facial or a massage and you pick up this emotional upheaval, how do you then complement or integrate your other therapies? I really like what you do, by the way, because it's not so serious as saying, oh, I'm going to see a counselor or I'm going to see, you know, a therapist. You're having fun. You're having a massage or a facial, or you're smelling some real wonderful perfume, but actually you're getting healed.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, it's actually interesting because usually before the client comes in, I'll think about them and I already know what to do for them. Yeah.
Really?
And the colours
so
that
you do
they'll
use
choose,
your intuition because you're quite intuitive.
Yeah, I do.
So you kind of tune in and you have a sense, and I suppose you also listen to what they say and what they went through. And
yeah, I mean, I've been in the business 25 years. I mean, it's super easy for me.
Any country that you love visiting more than others?
Well, I've been enjoying Italy lately.
That was really nice, actually.
And that's obviously, I'm half Italian, so going back to your roots.
I forget that you are half Italian. Wow, of course.
And you know,
because you were there. You were in Venice for like 3 weeks, which is a long trip.
3 weeks, yeah, amazing.
And that was with which spa?
That was with the Aman Resort, which is the Aman Hotel in Venice, which is a very high-end, beautiful palace with all the original paintings, and the spa is very beautiful. So yeah, I'm very lucky. I travel around the world to amazing places and treat very interesting people.
Oh, thank you, Katrina. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm waiting for your questions, whether it's on healing or the therapies. You also do hypnotherapy.
Yes, I do.
How many sessions would one need for the hypnotherapy?
Well, I do not so much hypnotherapy. It's timeline regression therapy, which takes you back. You know, everybody that we meet in this life, I believe we've interacted with in a past life, and then you come back together to learn the lessons you have to learn.
So what would you do in a timeline therapy?
You just put them into a relaxed state, and then you go through a protocol of taking them up and back to the past in their mind, and then they have to come to you with a problem, and then you ask them to drop down to the very first time they felt the emotion. We work with emotions: hurt, guilt, sadness, fear, or anger.
Lovely. But you know what you say makes sense, because if you change the past, to your brain, it can perceive a different future, because the brain is quite linear.
Yes.
The brain thinks past, present, future. So what you're doing with the timeline hypnotherapy is you're going to the past, you're changing it, effectively making it possible to create a new outcome or a new future.
Well, and it's also allowing the person to understand the connection they had to that individual in a past life, and then it helps them understand what their problem or their issue is with that person in this life right now.
And of course, when you release that energy, that emotional block, you are literally making your energy lighter.
It's gone. The problem just disintegrates.
And you become wiser, which is what we're talking about.
As if by magic.
Extracting wisdom from your past experiences really is what heals them. Because a lot of people are frightened about facing their dramas, traumas, but actually I find it quite empowering, you know. As they say, whatever doesn't kill you make you stronger. But it does, because you're learning how to shape your day, you're learning how to shape your life, and it makes you more resilient, because if you're not, what are you going to do? You're going to have a nervous breakdown at the first problem or the first relationship that breaks down?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that you're never given what you can't handle, even at the worst point in my life. I got through it, and I just rose from the ashes, and it made me stronger. And it taught me so much. I mean, it's not the good things in life that shape you, it's the things, the hard things in life that really...
What would you not do at all?
As in?
As in, like, I don't know, a hobby and exercise. Because, you know, you go to the gym, you detox regularly, Very often when Katrina comes, like, no, I can't have that. I'm detoxing today. I'm doing veg today. I'm doing fruit juice today, and it just makes me feel like I'm not doing that. I should be doing that. So what's your regime, and what wouldn't you poison your body with? Let me say.
I've never really been a drinker. Alcohol, if I never had another.
It can be very destructive for the body, can't it?
And it's very bad.
Dehydrating,
very
the liver.
Acidic, and
Acidic,
so
yeah.
smoking. I would never smoke.
Yes.
My family smoked, but I was just never interested. Eat strange animals, alligator, crocodile, all these locusts and all of that. I would never, ever. I mean, I went vegetarian, vegan a couple of years ago, and I just don't want to eat animals anymore,
No, I agree with you, and there's really no need, because all this animal farming, I mean, it is really changing the climate. It's accumulating CO2. 20% of the globe's CO2, farmed animals are responsible for, and also they are never really treated well.
No.
So
you're taking on that energy. What people don't understand is that, the trauma that animals go before they're slaughtered, you're actually taking on that energy. And so how can that be good for you? And all the hormones they get fed.
Which is in a way why, in some communities and cultures you bless the food.
Yeah.
I agree totally that you take a moment.
And bless the food.
And really be in the now with your food. Chew slowly, bless it, enjoy it, because it does affect what you're ingesting.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, what you're ingesting does affect you and how you feel. So are you mostly vegetarian now?
Yes.
How many vegans, vegetarian listeners we have? Leave us a comment, please. We'd love to know, because there seems to be a shift. It's hard to kind of read the comments because, I'm trying to record horizontally.
Down, what oils do you suggest using after a bath for detoxification?
Oh, excellent question. Thank you, Leslie.
Okay, so detoxification. You've got lavender, which is your balancer. Rosemary's good. Basil, cypress, thyme. They all detoxify.
So all the herbs, basically.
Black pepper speeds up the blood flow.
Black pepper is also, yes, it's because it's good for muscles. And if someone is lying in bed, or if they're bedridden, a good oil to use is black pepper.
Lemon is very good. It gets rid of...
So how would you use it? Do you mean, Leslie, like in the bath, or do you mean on the body? Do you like, what do you use for a base oil?
Yeah, I would mix maybe 3 oils. You have a top note, a middle note, and a base note. And you would mix it in a carrier oil, which could be grapeseed or avocado, jojoba, olive oil. You can even use coconut oil.
I like olive oil, but I don't use it because you've really inspired me, and I've delved into essential oils, and I really make my own. I started making it for the family to raise immune system, and actually it was to help my aunt who had developed cancer. She's passed on since then, and I've read about frankincense. So what I did is I did some research, and there are 3-4 different kinds of frankincense. I combined them. I used as a base oil almond oil. I find it, I don't know, it just makes you feel good as well, and it doesn't stick to the skin. And I've combined it with other things, and I made a huge bottle, sent it to everyone. It's very good for the skin. I gave it to our mutual friend, Baya, and she stopped having her colds and flus, got rid of them. And essential oils really work. They really...
No, they do, because they're from
the
earth.
They go into the skin. Yeah. It's a fast way of going into the bloodstream.
That's how they affect you. They actually are absorbed into the bloodstream through the skin, and that's how they have a greater effect on you. So, you have to be careful as well, because there's a few that are contraindicated depending on what's
Can
wrong
you tell
with
us
you.
what those are?
Well, it
I know, like pregnant
women,
they mustn't use some essential oils.
So, stimulating essential oils are a bit iffy for pregnant
Like what's
women.
Stimulating?
Rosemary, marjoram stimulating. Black pepper you wouldn't use on a pregnant woman. All the things that speed up the blood flow.
I think, as well. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, after the bath. So does that answer your question, Leslie? So any of those.
So after the bath, you don't want anything too stimulating because you want to go to bed. So chamomile, lavender.
Too much lavender can be stimulating.
Yeah.
So like literally
a few drops. On the bed, it could make, on the pillow, say that it gives you, stops your insomnia.
Lavender?
Lavender, yeah.
What else?
Chamomile, rose, or geranium.
I love geranium.
Ylang ylang.
I don't think I've ever tried
patchouli.
chamomile.
Patchouli, they're very heavy,
sensual,
so they make you sleepy.
Bassy.
Frankincense, myrrh.
Really? It helps with sleep?
Yeah.
Gosh, amazing.
Yeah.
Hi Suzette, thank you for watching. So we've got a lot of viewers tonight. We've got Houston, Texas, we've got Italy, we've got Saudi Arabia, we've got Dubai. Fantastic. So if you've just joined us, I'm with the lovely Katrina Valente. Katrina is an international facialist, holistic therapist, and we're talking about how beauty is more than just skin deep. Beauty is about radiating inner peace. So if you're going through an emotional trauma, stress, no matter what you do, you're not gonna have that beautiful face or skin.
No, I mean, you can tell, I can tell by looking at someone what kind of mood they're in or what kind of mental state they're in. And so, you know, once I've treated them, if they're coming for a facial, they do feel very different and more importantly, more balanced at the end, because reflexology, I do reflexology when the mask is on for about 20 minutes. And I use the oils that they choose on an emotional level. So that actually helps them immediately, because when you work on the foot, you're working on the whole body. And
so while they have the mask or the facial on, you work with
so I always do
the soles of the feet.
So that helps to balance them instantly, you know.
So you use basically
color therapy, crystal healing, and reflexology.
And when you touch the feet, it's like the whole body is represented as it is on
hands
the hand,
as well, yeah,
on the
same
palms,
thing.
and apparently the ear.
Yeah.
So you're really kind of getting into. I know when I touch somebody's feet, if they've got an issue, the touch will be different.
Yes.
When you're doing reflexology,
yeah, you can
it's
feel
almost
the crystals,
like soft or
tight,
or tender,
or hard,
or tight,
or gritty. But you know, I have you know, the healing energy running through me all the time. So I'm very conscious when I'm doing a treatment. I'm totally with the client, and I'm saying positive affirmations. Whatever colors they choose, I keep repeating them in my mind, so they're going into the energy field. So you know, you have.
What do you mean you keep repeating them in your mind?
Well, if they say you choose pink, purple, blue, and red, I'd keep saying pink, purple, blue, and red, and then I'd say.
So you're kind of like calling that
love,
energy.
Balance, communication, and energy.
Interesting.
And so it calls in that energy, and it balances the person.
Because we kind of learned also to do that in bioenergy healing.
Yeah.
You can put yourself into levels, and you have 2, 4, 6. So second chakra, 4th and 6th. So you're balancing emotion, or you could have 1 and 7, which is very grounding. So you're kind of doing a similar thing, but with the smells, with the scents, and with the
I really think that no matter what healing modality you choose, they all go to the same thing.
This is what I really believe.
It's just what aligns with you as a person, as an individual.
Yeah, life, the body, consciousness, it's like a maze. You always have a different perspective, or the healing modalities that different people practice. And it doesn't matter which point you enter the maze in, but it all kind of leads
to the same thing.
We all want that, don't we? We all want to achieve balance. We all want to get over our emotional upheavals. Is someone leaving a message? Sorry, I have to tilt my head.
Thank you, Simona. Thank you.
You're
welcome.
Lovely.
We have to share our knowledge. We have so much of it.
Tell me about the vision board workshops that you do.
Yeah, the vision boards. I mean, again, it's working with the subconscious mind. So you think about how you want your life to be. How would your dream life look like? And then I go through a little ceremony, and then we sit for about an hour, and you'll cut out different pictures and captions from magazines and then stick them all on a board, and it gives you a story of how you want your life to be.
So you're trying to put into pictures rather than words, as they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words.
Yeah.
You're trying to use the pictures to stimulate
the
and
subconscious
to affirm
mind.
what kind of
So when
abundance or love or...
So when you've got the board, you put it in your home, not in the bathroom, because the bathroom is negative energy, no matter what you do with it. Yeah.
Even if you keep the lid down.
They're just negative.
I don't know why they say that. Why is it negative energy? It's where you go to cleanse.
Yeah, exactly.
And you emerge really good. So why is it a negative energy? But I know that the loo lid,
should be down.
The toilet seat lid should be down for sure.
Otherwise, you lose all your money. Yeah.
Oh, and you lose money. Yeah. Okay. As they say, literally money down the drain.
Yeah. So you should just put your board somewhere in the house, in your bedroom, in the kitchen, in the hallway, and every time you walk by it, the subconscious mind clocks it, and then you start manifesting in your life what is on that board, and it really works.
How did the idea come? That
gosh, it wasn't my idea.
I think, no, but you do everything differently. Like your meditation classes are different. You bring different things into it.
Only because I've studied so many different modalities. So I want to use as much as I've learned. I think
rituals are important, and it's nice that you start the vision board with a ritual.
Yeah, because you have to get people in the proper
in the
state.
mood or
in the proper state to then be focused on what it is they need to manifest to get the best possible result for themselves.
Hi Gaetano, he's here.
Hi,
okay, I'm gonna wave to you. Thank you very much. He says you look amazing. Well, I'm with a beauty expert.
She made a special effort tonight.
And I'm trying to get the right light, if you can see, but...
and we didn't call each other up before and ask what colour we were wearing.
No, by the way, we just... Katrina turned up and we're both wearing the same blue
picture behind us.
And the blue picture. I love that picture.
Stars.
And it's a deep healing color because in my meditation I've got a thing that's called the lapis lazuli. I love the lapis lazuli blue, and it's the blue sphere, and it's not my invention. It's been established and used, but every time you connect with that space, it's like everything goes shh, and it's very calming. That color, it's not
blue
quite dark.
Blue is a calming color. It is. I mean, the description for blue, where it's blue, turquoise, or indigo, is peace, tranquility, and calm.
Okay, let's say that again. So blue is peace, tranquility, and calm. Where does that come from? Like from crystals or from the vibration of blue?
No, it's the vibration of blue. Universally, if you ask anybody about colour therapy, they'll tell you that each colour means the same thing. It's not that blue means that for me and blue's going to mean something for
someone else. It's like a certain vibe or a certain...
We need to turn our phone around.
I don't know, but when this is posted, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if we record vertically, Gaetano's saying we need to turn our phones around. It's okay, I'm turning my head around. But when we post it later, we've tested it, it'll be fine. Otherwise, we're gonna be really cozy and squeeze into a very small screen. So I don't know why Facebook does that. It's very frustrating, really. Yeah. But Katrina is also recording it vertically. So Instagram. You can see it live on her account on Instagram. So we're running an experiment to see how can you go live on Facebook and Instagram. Does it really bother you guys that you have to turn your phone sideways? Let me know if that's a real issue. Okay, you've said here you can stop the anti-aging process.
Yeah, I don't like the word anti-aging because
what do we use?
I like the word pro-aging. We are supporting people in the aging process.
Okay.
Because we're all going to... Today is the youngest you will ever be.
Nice. Very nice, actually.
So it just goes on and on.
I'm going to write that down. Hold on. Today
is the youngest
that you will ever be. Nice.
Yeah. So, I think we have to age gracefully. I think there's too much emphasis on plastic surgery and Botox and filler. And, women are all starting to look the same. And I just think it's the most ugliest thing ever.
You lose your sense of individuality.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole point of looking your best is to bring out that aspect that you like who you are, you're comfortable in your own skin, and that you've developed your own self-expression. And it's really sad when, even in Europe, when I'm on the bus or something and I look at, like you said, everybody's beginning to look the same. And I remember I had a client who was absolutely beautiful in her 30s, jet black hair, blue eyes, high cheekbones, absolutely gorgeous woman. And then she came, you know, a couple of years later, like not a long one. And then these were off, I couldn't see her eyes. I'm like, what have you done?
I think nowadays there's a distorted image of what beautiful actually is. And, you know, beauty really is from the inside out. And this is why my motto is inner peace, outer beauty, because, you know, I think social media and stuff today has really given women a heightened sense of insecurity. And it's all young is beautiful, old can't be beautiful.
I've seen mothers drag their daughters, you know, under 20 to the plastic surgeon.
And
Please,
I'm totally against
this is
that.
Really low consciousness. And whether you're a man or a woman, you know, the facial muscles, you know, there's so many muscles in our face alone. And if you do all this Botox thing and fillers, you will look different. You will look absolutely...
I mean, don't get me wrong, hands up, I do Botox and filler. But I think, you know...
We don't know the side effects of Botox. We really don't.
Yeah,
it's a poison, Katrina.
It is a poison, but, you know, it's a minuscule amount.
You should do face fitness with
I
my yoga
face
teacher.
Fitness. Yeah, I'm a bit lazy.
And I can't.
I do body fitness.
Really.
I just need to do
No,
face
your body
fitness.
is amazing, I must say. Amazing.
But yeah, you're right. But I think there's limits.
Because you can achieve the same
limits.
thing. You know, it's all about muscular movements. It's all about hydration. And if you live in a hot, warm country, the Mediterranean, or here in Dubai, you have to really hydrate. Because or use sunblocks, you know, otherwise you have lots of freckles, and I freckle very easily. And these are the things that wear you down. And then every time you look in the mirror, I often hear people saying, oh, I'm old. And then if you shift, if you move into that mindset, then everything spirals down because, you know, you're downloading all the agony that comes with thinking like that. And that's why I think there is something to beauty. If you like what you see in the mirror, you're affirming to yourself, you're claiming who you are, you're affirming or you're expressing, you know, your own self-expression, you're transmitting your own self-expression, and we shouldn't be afraid to do that.
No, that's right. You should look in the mirror every morning and say, I am light, I am love, I am pure intention.
I am light, I am love.
I am pure intention.
Oh, I've got to write that down. Hold on. I am light, I am love.
I am pure intention.
I am pure intention. I like that.
I
am pure,
love myself.
Because this is how we create.
I love myself.
Thank you for answering my questions. No problem turning the phone around. Thank you, Leslie. You are not going to turn the phone? Oh.
We are not going to turn
No, we're
the
not.
phone.
We're really experimenting to kind of have a good video. And I don't think it's a big deal if people turn the phone around just to watch us live. Get a stand. Like this one. So you can switch it whichever way you want. But I'd like to get a good video.
Hi, Omar.
So when people watch it, you know, rather than being squeezed. Anyway, it's an experiment. We're trying on the other phone and we really have to squeeze. So can we move beyond the picture is horizontal? If you've got more questions, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Give us a like. I would like to see more hearts, please. Give us hearts if you're still watching. And if you have any questions for Katrina, send them now.
We have a few minutes left.
Another question is, why is it important to go for expensive products? Is it like a fallacy, or is it more worth it to go for?
I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to products, I have to say, because when you buy
I think you get
products,
what you pay for, but do your research.
Yes, I think with professional products that you can only get from a beauty professional, they don't focus so much on the marketing but the ingredients, and the difference in a good product is the amount of active ingredients within that product, right? And so you've got to look for your vitamin A. Vitamin C is very important to protect your skin against free radical damage. You would only use vitamin C in the day, and it usually comes in a serum. vitamin A
Vitamin
is the
C
retinol.
only in the day? Why?
Yeah, because it protects your skin against free radical
Oh,
damage.
I see. Okay, so you wouldn't really need that.
You
at
don't
night.
need it at night.
I see. Okay.
Lactic acids, which lighten and brighten the skin. Lipoic acid, which hydrates. Hyaluronic acid, which also hydrates.
That's kind of like collagen, but it is important because the skin is an organ and people forget that.
Yes.
So
correct.
we're not
and
really,
it's the biggest organ of the body
it
as
is.
well.
And I was going to say, we're not being frivolous or vain. It is really, you're looking after one of your organs. Because as you get older, your skin becomes thinner, you know, you'll be liable for cuts and bruises, you know, infections.
And people
why
forget
should
their
you?
body.
Yeah.
You know, with the
Why should you
body,
age?
you know, if you don't want to use expensive body lotions, then what's as good as anything is coconut oil.
Yeah.
It's an
It's a
amazing
bit thick
antioxidant.
though. I prefer almond oil. Is almond oil
Almond oil is
antioxidant?
very good. I'm not sure if it's an antioxidant, but it's a good moisturizer.
Yeah, I find it's a really good moisturizer. So we're looking after this body because it's the only one you've got in this life.
Absolutely.
And if you want to finish your soul mission, then look after your body and look good while you're doing it. One of my favorite movies is Peter Sellers movies. Do you know the one with Goldie Hawn? And it's called There's a Girl in My Soup. And he's like, you know, the ever sought after bachelor. And he's, you know, quite good looking. And every time, you know, before he goes out or comes in, he looks in the mirror, he fixes his tie and he goes, "Mwah, my God, but you're lovely." So he valued how he looked, and you know, basically he brought his, it's modern psychology, isn't it? You know, affirming to yourself, you look good, you feel good.
There's a difference between thinking you're physically beautiful and actually loving and respecting yourself for who you are and honouring yourself for who you are and having your self-worth. There's a difference. There's a big difference.
Yeah, we're not talking, I don't want to mention certain family that have been on reality TV, like, you know.
Oh gosh.
No, that's not it. But we're all about loving the self so that you can love others. Looking after yourself, because very often, especially if you're a giver, do you find that you give so much to so many and then you've got nothing to give inside and you look depleted and you look worn out, and if you look that way you will feel that way, and little aches and pains start to creep in.
You've got to learn to say no, and you've got to honour and respect yourself before you honour and respect anybody else.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned, especially in my work, because you know, as a healer, you know, we're always giving. You know, you're always there to help others, but then you forget to help yourself.
And as a practitioner, it can be very draining when you are in the service of others. It can take its toll, you know, emotionally, energetically. And sometimes I must say, I really forget to detox because it's so important, you know, because you're like a magnet, you're taking people's energies. I mean, I am, you know, quite grounded. I ground myself. But sometimes little things like washing your wrists, you know, washing your hands, getting up and stretching. How do you cleanse? Like between clients?
Between clients, I actually burn a lot of incense, sandalwood, sage and frankincense.
Oil? You mean like vaporize the oils?
No,
or incense sticks?
Okay. Will actually cleanse a room and cleanse your space. The Altera
Okay, can we say them again? Because like, ooh, you're so familiar, so that frankincense sticks
and sandalwood sticks and the bunch of sage, white sage. Yeah. You burn it and you wave it around and open the windows if you can.
Yeah,
doors.
That really does.
It really does cleanse the energy. Also, the emerald green from the Altera Bio range works on the heart center and it oxygenates the cells and it expands the lungs.
I love.
So as a therapist, that gives you space.
I really do, but I've got one thing if they're listening. Their bottle caps, you know, they often stop spraying. And when I went back to change it, you know, like you pay so much for this really wonderful oil. And how do these oil work on the chakras? Yeah. Because I remember I had a green bottle. And
the dark green is the emerald for the
emerald,
heart,
yeah.
And the light green is the letting go.
And sometimes you can put a little oil, a little drop, and then that's enough to open up the chakra, isn't it?
It comes in oil, or the serums are the pure essential oils, and you only need a couple of drops. The oils you can use as a body,
or the body,
which I do. So
well,
you're not only
way. So you're balancing your chakras,
but you're balancing your emotions at the same time.
And I think you often get drawn to what you need, even
totally,
if you don't know
100%. Yeah, you don't even have to think about it. You will be attracted to the colour that you need in that moment.
Like right now, if I was getting a treatment from you, I'll probably choose light blue. I don't know, it's on my mind. What does that mean?
This blue, turquoise is about expressing your emotions from the heart. It's about saying how you really feel, being your true authentic self, and finding peace and tranquility.
Do the colors change?
Yes.
Or is that your color?
No. They'll change on a daily basis depending on your mood. So
if you want to feel uplifted, do you smell the right color? How does it work?
You will just be attracted if you. I mean, obviously, I'm in Dubai. I sell the products, so you can buy the little travel kit of the 14 perfumes.
Okay, I didn't know they have that.
And then you can just every day choose a couple of colours, and it's just what you need in that moment. So it shifts you.
I think that's probably the fastest way of healing, balancing.
The perfumes
it's fun.
They work instantly.
Because the scent, the olfactory system goes right into the center of the brain, so it can immediately change. So I think that you're practicing the most beautiful form of healing. You're looking after us, you're making us look beautiful, you're detoxifying us, you're balancing, your clients, you're giving them reflexology, and they walk out and they smell really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I mean, my job isn't what I do, it's who I am.
Oh, what is the name of these oils? Yes, I know. I think we're going through them.
Color Therapy.
Sorry, what we'll do also is we'll put the text in. Can you hear us very well? So Altera, how do you speak?
Altera, ALTEARA.
I think we text it, yeah.
Altera Bio Color Therapy.
They're really beautiful. I remember using the emerald, and was there something like a platinum or a silver white?
Silver.
I love
Silver
that.
is for regeneration.
Really?
So that's got a lot of patchouli and ylang-ylang in it.
I love that. I'm loving that.
So each colour is made up with several different organic essential oils to match the same vibration as the chakra. So it's actually very scientific.
So you actually think that Altera Bio studied?
No, they did. I don't think.
Really?
Absolutely.
How interesting. So we've got a major, what do we call it? Cosmetic company or perfumery or?
Yeah, I mean.
They've studied energy, they've studied chakras, and they've matched the vibes with the colors. That's absolutely amazing.
No, it's been totally made.
How interesting. How interesting.
Yeah.
Katrina, will you come back again and talk to us?
I
want to know, how do you detox? You didn't say, with all your fabulous juices. How often do you detox? Do you do veg, fruits? What do you do? What's your regime?
I'm very lazy. I don't like cooking, so the juicing is the easiest. I'll do 3 days, 5 days.
What, vegetables or fruits?
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Fruits are too high in sugar.
I've heard that you should really be careful with fruit juicing, because by the time you're done, you could develop diabetes if you do nothing else and if you don't exercise.
You're safer with green juices, beetroot juice, carrot juice. Green being the ultimate, because it's just green juice. No.
The green juice.
Green juice, yeah.
Like what? You mean the powder form?
No, green juicing, like you would put in celery, cucumber, lemon, ginger, kale, spinach.
I'll try that.
And it tastes good.
Tomorrow.
It does taste good.
So you do it for 3 days, is what I want to understand?
I would have.
In a row or 3 days?
No, it's 3 days in a row. Because it gives your body time to rest and your digestive system time to rest. So it's the best thing you'll ever do. And what's even better is if you can water fast. Water fast will cure any disease or any illness.
What do you mean? Like just have
just
water?
Just drink water for 3 days.
With nothing else?
Nothing else.
Really? You did that?
Yeah.
And what does that do? Like completely?
I mean, you do feel hungry, but it just it stops your it gives your digestive system a rest,
and it
resets everything, and it just gets rid of disease.
Well, we are during the holy month of Ramadan, so you can try that, folks. You can give it a try. And I want to thank you for watching. Give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, to Bridges of Light YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you all again. And I'm very, very thankful, very delighted to have you, Katrina Valente.
Me too,
Thank
darling. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.